Today we are going to discuss the concept of rights and duties in jurisprudence. So rights and duties are very important concepts from where you can expect questions, and it is a very simple topic as well, where you get different kinds of rights, different kinds of duties, and what is the concept of rights and duties in general. Now, in law, when we study different rules, regulations, they all talk about rights of some people as well as corresponding duty or another section of the society. Rights, but what are rights? Rights are nothing but entitlements. You are entitled to do something. If I take the example of right to life, you are entitled to lead a peaceful life. You are entitled to enjoy your life. You are entitled to all the liberties which we need in order to enjoy our rights. But then what are duties? For you to be able to enjoy your right to life, someone else will have a duty. Duty to respect your right. Duty not to interfere in your personal life. Duty not to harm you unnecessarily. Right? So rights and duties, these two concepts are interrelated with each other. When there are rights, someone else has to have a duty. Otherwise, you will not be entitled to enjoy it. Okay, so the concept of rights and duties, it's a very important concept, and there are different definitions given for both rights as well as duties. You may remember one or two definitions as well, because in your exams you may sometimes get a question like define rights, what are the types of rights? Define duties, what are the types of duties? So it's always good that you at least have prepared two definitions, so that if a question comes along with defined rights, there is some other things, you will be able to write that. You will be able to answer that properly. Okay, so for both rights as well as duties, you can try to remember minimum two definitions. You can select easier definitions and you can read it accordingly. Okay. Now, what are rights? It is being defined differently by different jurists. According to Selman, what are rights? It is interest which is protected and recognized by the rules of law. As in, it is not something that we claim for, but rather something that law has recognized and protected. As in, under some legislation, under some statute, might be under the constitution, we have a bunch of fundamental rights available to us. So it is something which is recognized by the rules of law. Law has mentioned it very clearly in the written statutes that you are entitled to enjoy this right. And we can claim for it because it is guaranteed by law. It is an interest which has its duties and disregard of which is wrong. Just mentioning in the statutes that this is a right, you are entitled to enjoy it, that is not enough. Someone else has to have a duty. Plus, only imposing duties is also not enough. If you violate those duties, law will impose punishment. You will be asked to pay compensation. Fine will be imposed. Only in such a case it is possible that the statute comes to a reality. Whatever rights are protected, whatever rights are guaranteed, you will in reality be able to enjoy those rights. So this is a very simple definition of rights which you can remember for the purpose of your exam.